In the previous lesson, we looked at how to manually determine the celestial declination ourselves. This is a sky coordinate. Now that we have that declination, we can use it to make predictions for anywhere else in the world. What we're going to do is use a very easy formula. The absolute value of the latitude has to be greater than 90 subtract the declination. The absolute declination. Now, absolute means that we're taking, whether it's positive or negative, we're taking just the number as is. So the absolute value of negative 23 is 23. Now, the formula is not that complicated at all. When we're at Union Glacier, we know what our latitude will be, negative 80, and we can plug those numbers in. So 80 becomes greater than 90, subtract 23, and then 80 greater than 67. Yeah. So because 80 is greater than 67, we know that at Union Glacier, there'll be a 24-hour sun. Now we can use this though for any location in the world. So let's go over to down here. Let's say we're at a latitude of 45 degrees north in the United States. Well, you can plug those numbers in as well. So the absolute value of 45 degrees greater than 90, subtract the absolute value of negative 23. So that's 67 again. But in this case, though, 45 is not greater than 67. So we know that using flat Earth math, there is not going to be a 24-hour sun in the United States during December. Now, we can also use this same calculation to see how much farther would we have to go until the sun disappears out of our perspective. So going back to Union Glacier as the base case, if we subtract the two numbers, we end up with 13 degrees. So that means if we continue walking north, so from 80 degrees and we continue walking north another 13 degrees, roughly about 67 degrees would be when the sun leaves our perspective. Now, if you go online and check what the official numbers are, they're going to be almost very close. It's only half a degree off. So I think it's 66.5 degrees latitude is when the 24-hour sun would officially stop. Now, that's only because of the initial calculation we did. It depends how accurate you are and what equipment you're doing when you perform these calculations. But this is how you would do a 24-hour visibility calculation for any object in the world. It's not just this. So if you have your Flat Earth Science textbook, it's page 44, section 3.6, where we go into the celestial sphere perspective. How do these arcs orient ourselves? And it'll extrapolate on much of this formula. It'll make a lot of sense, and you'll be able to visually understand like what these arcs are and why everything works the way it does, especially the next page. The next page is really good because you get to see these perspective grids, and it starts to make perfect sense what we're describing here. So I hope that makes a lot of sense, and I hope you go and test it yourself. So again, the formula is very, very simple. The absolute value of the latitude is greater than 90, subtract the absolute value of the declination. Now watch the last video if you don't remember or don't know what a sky coordinate is, what a celestial declination is. Watch that last video because we learned how to calculate it ourselves. That's what's really important to understand. You don't want to get confused and think we're using the epiphemerides or an astronomical model of VSOP 87. We're not making a prediction. We're telling you what we know. This is what the flat Earth model requires because we observed it ourselves. Thank you all who purchased the hardcover textbooks. I'm now excited to announce that the PDF ebook is going to be released now. This is the same 173 pages, except now you have access to all the digital features, such as being able to highlight over something in the table of contents and having it preview, and then clicking on it to be instantly brought to that page. So we have the table of contents on the left as well. So you can scroll around and click on something you want to learn about. And then also you can search through the text. So you can type in, let's say, 24-hour sun and see the different sections of the book that are referencing it and simply just click on it to learn more about that. This is available for only $10 and it's an ebook, which is very powerful. You can put it on your phone, on your computer.
Now I'm studying at Fighter University, cause it's the best. I gotta get my FE 101, make my mama proud with certified masters of flat earth.